Join the Atom Effect. Join the movement.
This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind.
If you are hearing this, you are the resistance, and you are not alone. There are pockets of atoms spread throughout the planet. We are going against the function. The divisive tactics that they use to pit us against each other will be exposed. We are not machines. We are human beings. Join the Atom Effect. Join the movement.
This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind.
If you are hearing this, you are the resistance, and you are not alone. There are pockets of atoms spread throughout the planet. We are going against the function. The divisive tactics that they use to pit us against each other will be exposed. We are not machines. We are human beings. Join the Atom Effect. Join the movement.
This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind.
Don't never let anybody take your belief in yourself away from you because they hurting inside. Don't you never let nobody do that. Always believe in who you are in the darkest moments, man. In the darkest moments, when you at that pain, when you at the bottom, know that you're gonna get back up. But you gotta believe it.
It took me 10 years to learn this, but I will teach it to you in 1 minute. 1, life waits for nobody. Get up every day and keep pushing through no matter what. 2, make sure you take good care of yourself. If something happens to you, the world will move on and you will fall behind. 3, if you don't work to build your dream life, someone will hire you to build theirs. 4, work in silence. Celebrate in private. People love to ruin things. 5, don't regret your past. Just learn from it and move on. 6, no one cares. Work harder to become better each day. 7, ignore advice from anyone who doesn't live the life you want to live. 8, rule over your emotions. A calm mind can handle any situation. 9, if you find someone better than you, don't hate. Ask them for advice and cooperate with them. 10, you're truly at peace with yourself when you mind your own business.
A man with no friends or a small circle. That's a man you don't mess with. He's learned the hard way. Quality over quantity. He doesn't need a crowd to feel powerful. His strength comes from within. While others chase approval, he walks alone by choice. He's seen the fake friends, the drama and the betrayal, and cut it all off. Now he stands in peace, untouchable. He doesn't need anyone to complete him. He's whole, all by himself. One real friend is worth more to him than 100 fake ones. His circle, tight. His trust, earned. And anyone who brings chaos, gone. His time is precious, and he spends it like a king. He knows what he wants, and he never settles. So when you meet a man with no friends or just a small circle, don't mistake it for weakness. That's strength. That's confidence. He doesn't need your approval. He's already won the only battle that matters, the one with himself.
Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Hello? Hello? Shout out to everybody, man. If you tuned in, you are now tuned in to the Resistance. You are now tuned in to the Core. You are now tuned in to the Blac Pill podcast. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We in the building, man. On a Saturday, we got Sports Saturday. That's the new thing that we included into our segment now. Shout out to Sports Saturdays. Normally I would do Secret Saturdays, but people can't handle the truth. So I was like, you know what? We just gonna do Sports Saturdays where we might still reveal some secrets. For example, some secrets of the NFL today. But we'll still have Skeptical Sundays. But yeah, Sports Saturdays is officially a new thing on the Blac Pill podcast. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Let me pull myself up. Let me stop playing like I ain't got this itch together. Shout out to everybody tuned in. Shout out to what up Rumble, what up Twitch? We in the building, man. Gang. Nah, I'm just playing. I'm a square. Gang. Gang. I ain't gonna throw up no gang signs before these people come after me, bro. But we in the building, man. We live and certified and whatever rhymes with that. We got a good show for you guys today. Like I said, we got to discuss the NFL draft, bro, because this is shocking. This is, what is a big word that my white ninjas would use? This is deplorable. This is asinine. What's another good word? Somebody tell me a good word. Put a good word in the comments, and shout out to everybody in here. Like I said, when y'all come through, especially YouTube, Rumble, I asked the same thing. Rumble, you guys could just comment. But YouTube, do you think the NFL is blackballing Shedeur? Answer the poll and tell us what you think, or comment what you think. So far, we got one person saying 100% yes, he's being blackballed. Yeah, bro, we're gonna get to that, bro. You know, shout out to Big U. I'm not a gangster. I'm not a gangbanger. Shout out to the gangbangers, Bloods, Crips, MS-13, and everybody in between, right? I'm a square, don't kill me. But I have to use the famous words of Big U, who was recently indicted on a RICO. And those words are, and I'm gonna say this again when we get to the main event, because what you guys seen on the thumbnail is the main event. But those words are, no one's bigger than the program, my ninja.
What the hell, what?
No one's bigger than the program, and that's something we all have to understand. The game is set up and designed a certain way, and you can't cheat the game. If you could cheat the game, now you can jump through the game, and like I said, we'll have discussion later on. I'm just giving you guys a bit of a preface, if you will. You can kind of cheat the game, but you can't beat the game because nobody's bigger than the program. Like there's so many ways to say this. Think of a video game. You can't beat the program of the game because the game is designed a certain way, even with the cheat codes. More realistic example, for example, musical artists, you know, when they have industry plants cheat the game, but they don't beat the game, because if the fan base, like if the fans don't accept the industry plant will disappear. An example of that, and I'm saying this as a loose example, shout out to the ninja, or the winja, because he's white. I know he probably has his fan base, you know, I'm building my own fan base. What's his name? The Kid Leroy. Shout out to the Kid Leroy. If you ninjas know who that is. If you know who that is, and that's what I'm saying, these are like industry plants, like where it's like they had their little, like they got put on, right? They got put on because the people they know, but people weren't willing to accept them because the way they got put on and blew up too fast. Sometimes people feel like Billie Eilish is an industry plant. So like I said, that's just an example, but we'll discuss more of those things usually on Skeptical Sundays. And for those of you who don't know what Skeptical Sundays is when we discuss conspiracy theories. And boy, tomorrow, I got some good ones for you. We're going to discuss some very modern day conspiracy theories. I'm not going to say too much. Y'all just pull up. If anything, y'all go through my page and find the old videos. So yeah, let me pull up Instagram. And like I said, we're going to discuss Shedeur as the main event. Let's just see what's going on God's internet. I don't know why they showing Cornhub. What's wrong with these people trying to get me banned off of YouTube, bro? What's wrong with these ninjas, bro?
What the hell, what?
First thing we pull up is Cornhub. Come on, bro. Ninja ain't trying to think about that. Stop choking the chicken, fellas. Stop choking the chicken. Excuse me. All right, so let's see. What do we have in an Adam experience? And like I said, guys, as we go on, you know, answer the poll in the chat. Put your comments in the chat. We will get there. Like I said, if you can see right here, these are all the different things that happened about it. We're going to discuss it in a little bit. He even got a prank call. You ninjas is weirdos. But we have things we have to discuss in terms of the news and what's going on in the world. Now, we don't know the validity of this. Like I said, this show is for entertainment purposes only. But at the same time, shout out to America, best country in the world. Where my flag at? Yes, sir. Best country in the world. You know, I like to make sure to put people on game. And the reason why is because I live here and I consider myself a member of the community. So I refuse to sit there not knowing what's going on with the people around me or nearby. And I mean, New York is not too close to me. New York is not too close to me. But let's start with New York. We have the Muslim community having patrols in New York City. Here we go.
Alarmed after seeing Muslim community patrols driving through their neighborhoods in what looked like police squad cars. One America's Pearson Sharp has the details.
New Yorkers say they're shocked after seeing Muslim patrol cars roaming their neighborhoods like police squads. These Muslim community patrols just began operating in Brooklyn this year with...
But what the hell, what?
Now, see, The reason why I denounced the gangs and all the gang banging, shout out to the black people, shout out to my black brothers and sisters everywhere, and shout out to everybody. Beethoven loved all colors. That's what black stands for. But the reason why, right? The reason why I denounced the gangs is because this is what the gangs used to do, or that's what we were told based off of history. Shout out to the Black Panther Party. Shout out to the old blood. Shout out to the old Crips. Now the gangs are terrorizing communities. But I used to look up to the gangs because back in the day, from what I seen and what I read in history, they were protecting members of the community. So I'm saying that to say, follow me for a second. Is this not considered gang violence? Are gangs allowed to do, are people allowed to create patrol systems within their community? Is that considered okay? Because if that's considered okay, I think black people should have the same thing in their community. And why do we have such a higher presence of police? We should have patrols in the community that dictates what goes on in the community. Just a thought that I'm putting out there, and anybody that gets up in arms about it or gets their panties in a wad, it only naturally follows if other communities are able to do this, right? Here we go.
Members dressed like police officers and driving cars identical to police squad cars. Even other Muslims have raised questions about the need for the patrols, with residents expressing fears this is just another form of Sharia law enforcement.
Is this not illegal? Is this not illegal? Is that not impersonating a police officer? Correct me if I'm wrong. Here we go.
Area. Others denounce residents for drinking, claiming this is a Muslim area and alcohol is not permitted.
They're alarmed after seeing Muslim community.
Yeah, so we just had to pull that up. Shout out to all our supporters in New York. Hey, man, y'all be careful out here in these streets, bro, because ninjas will do anything, bro. And so long as nobody says anything, they'll keep doing anything and act like it's okay. And I don't think that's okay. As far as I know, that's impersonating a police officer, and that's a crime. And I'm not a rat. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a rat, but hey, ninjas get mad at ninjas for gang banging every day. I consider this a form of gang banging. Police officers, shout out to the pigs that watch my show. Y'all go get them, bro. Tell them they can't do that, bro. Just like we can't have gang members, controlling the community and terrorizing the youth and the people and pumping drugs and all this poison in this community. You guys need to make sure to go get these people and tell them, hey, you can't do that. This is America. We don't roll like that. We got police officers for a reason. Shout out to the police officers. What are we talking about? Because if they can do it, that means we can do it too. And if we can do it too and we get in trouble, that's a lawsuit on y'all, bro, on the police department. Next thing, shout out to Houston. What up, H-Town?
Prosecutors say Price.
All right, bro. So listen to this, guys. So a 42-year-old Houston man, and I'm sure everybody in Houston, y'all know about him, but a 42-year-old Houston man has been taken into custody on charges of conspiracy to commit arson of a commercial building and conspiracy to use an interstate facility to commit arson of a vehicle, announced U.S. Attorney Nicholas Ganji Lynn Price, the former owner of Turkey Leg Hut. Man, I used to stay in Houston, man. I never got to try a Turkey Leg Hut. The line was just too long. But the former owner of Turkey Leg Hut, who now owns the Oyster Hut, is set to make his initial appearance before United States Magistrate Judge at 2 p.m. Also in custody and set to appear are Amani Williams and John Lee Price, who both are also from Houston. The indictment returned April 8th and unsealed upon the arrest alleges Price and others conspired to set the fire to the bar 5015. These charges allege the owner of that bar was a former co-owner of the Turkey Leg Hut and Price's business partner. In early 2020, Price had allegedly recruited a group which included Williams, John Price, and others. The charges allege that they were pouring gasoline at the entrance ramp before igniting a fire at the bar. Lynn Price later provided payment to them according to the charges. So basically what they did was some fraud. And then they did arson and all these stuff. And of course they're going to throw the book at you because you're a ninja. Here we go.
Conspired to set fire to bar 5015 back in 2020.
Oh, and also, guys, please understand the reasoning why it's so that way they could get paid. If you wonder why they did that, if they were making money, it's so they could get paid, or maybe you could pay them out of contract. Who knows what the reason is, but it's something along those lines. Here we go.
Bar owned by his former business partner. He's accused of recruiting a group, including 2 other Houston men, to pour gasoline and ignite the fire. The indictment also alleges Price paid them afterward. In a separate incident, Price is accused of paying to have a stolen classic car, a 1975 Chevy Nova, set on fire. Now, if convicted, prosecutors say Price.
I guess that was it. But yeah, man, ninjas out here is insane, bro. That's why I stay away from the people that look like me. I love the people that look like me, but unless you approach me and I'm specifically talking to the women, ninjas, I'm cool with you. So long as you cool and you ain't on no weird type of time. Shout out to the alphabet boys and girls, the LGBTQIA+. Shout out to you guys, right? Hello. So long as you ain't on no weird type of time and you respect me, hey, it's all good in the hood. Shout out to the women. Women, you can approach me, but you gotta make sure that you ain't on no other stuff. I've been set up before by a girl I used to deal with in Houston. That's some real shit, okay? If I'm lying, I'm flying. So with that being said, I err on the side of caution. I've forgiven her for it, by the way. Shout out to you in case you watch my page. I've forgiven you for it, but I don't fuck with you or your family. Stay away from me, okay? It's not gonna go the same way. But yeah, man, so like I said, in Houston, shout out to everybody out in Houston, bro. You got to be careful out in Houston. Ninjas be on some weird type of timing. I just feel like the air is different. I feel like just the way people move is a little bit shady. It's like a dark energy over Houston. No pun intended, because I am Black Adam. That's probably how I ended up there, okay? And that's real shit. I'm telling you. Don't believe me. Ask the people that's born and raised there. Ask the people from there. Let them really talk to you and tell you about some of the shit that go down. I'm not finna expose anything because these ninjas are Looney Tunes and they'll try and pull up on me. But, you know what it is, man. Like I say, y'all protect yourselves out there. Have some fun. Keep to yourself. Don't take no drinks from nobody. Yeah, so that's the whole thing there. Let's see what else is going on. More Deion Sanders. We got a lot for Deion Sanders, guys. Don't worry. We'll get there soon. Just bear with us. And this is all of the stuff we're going to be going over tomorrow on Skeptical Sundays, or some of the things we're going to go over and discuss. Man, I got to kill this fly. There's been 2 flies in here. In other news, Nike has these new $899 shoes that massage your feet while you wear them. Damn. Yes, sir. Guess who not buying them? Your boy. I ain't buying them. I ain't got that kind of money. I don't even have that kind of money for a PlayStation right now, or like a new PlayStation. Like if the new PlayStation costs more than, and I'm pushing it, like $700, bro, there's no way I'm getting it, bro. There's no way. I'm gonna be part of the class that gets it after they lowered the price. All right, so this is another thing I wanted to discuss, and we will discuss it on Skeptical Sundays, but I don't want it to be the main topic because it has to be more conspiracy theories. Ladies and gentlemen, they're going to be creating super soldiers, and you heard it here first on the Blac Pill. You heard it here first on the Blac Pill. So look, Chinese military scientists have reportedly inserted tardigrade DNA into human embryonic stem cells to enhance their resistance to radiation, potentially paving the way for creating quote unquote super soldiers, or quote super soldiers, quote or unquote. I don't know.
But what the hell, bro?
Tardigrades, also known as water bears, are microscopic creatures renowned for their ability to survive extreme conditions, including high levels of radiation, what the hell? Desiccation in the vacuum of space. Using the, and I think of course this is probably because if space is real, right? If space is real, they're trying to prepare us in case the Earth goes to kablooey. Okay. So using the CRISPR Cas9 gene editing tool, researchers from the Academy of Military Sciences in Beijing introduced tardigrade genes responsible for producing protective proteins into human embryonic stem cells. Shout out to China. And meanwhile, in America, we live in the land of consumers, so we ain't thinking about this. Hey, shout out to the people in power, President Trump and the cabinet. I know you guys be watching the show. Y'all be fucking with the show sometimes. Say, bro, real quick, let me give you some game. Hey, man, y'all watching the show, bro. Y'all know what y'all need to do, bro. Imitate what China's doing just so we stay ahead of the game. Okay, shout out to China. That's it, bro. Imitate. You gotta imitate. At this point, because at this point, we're not gonna be the number one superpower anymore. You know, we worried about, let me not even say that. Anyways, yeah, man, they got super soldiers coming. Let's see what the comments say. Literally got metahumans before GTA 6. Hey, man, if they can perfect it, Ninja, I'm gonna be one of the first metahumans, bro. Don't be mad at me. If I could fly like Superman or like Invincible, shout out to everybody that watched the show Invincible, bro. If I could be a Viltrumite, bro, Ninjas is cooked. And I feel like, you know, if you know what a Viltrumite is, or a Viltrumite, they say Viltrumite in the show. My bad, I'm not pronouncing it properly. If you know what a Viltrumite is, that's the exact reason why people should not have powers. That right there. because ninjas would tweak out and we would go back to the Stone Age. Okay, they would tweak out and be drunk on their power. But yeah, man, we got super soldiers. Let's see what else they said. COVID was just an accident, right? No, COVID wasn't an accident. It was systematically designed. Allegedly. This is for entertainment purposes only. Allegedly. One step towards anime cat girls. You ninjas need Jesus, bro.
Bro, what the hell, bro?
Ninjas need Jesus, bro. This ninja said towards anime cat girls. These ninjas, stay off the net, bro. Warhammer 40K, here we come. You know for a fact that they have some facility under a mountain over there where they are making superhuman clones. Probably been doing it for 20 years now, ever since CRISPR came out the lab, or the least B, I guess the lab. Yeah, I'm thinking at least for the last 5 years for sure. Like, I'm pretty sure COVID, I have the feeling COVID, when we was all on lockdown, they was testing out what them super soldiers can do, bro. But you ain't hear that from me, because if I'm right, guess what? Shout out to the government that's watching. If I'm right, hey, I made that off the top of my head. I have no evidence. Nobody told me anything, okay? Please don't swap me. Please don't come to my house on some weirdo-ish. I know nothing. I just have a brain that I use to articulate myself. And I'm just really, I'm pretty above average at doing so, okay? That's it and that's all. Please don't approach me. Please don't come to me. I have no idea what I'm talking about. If anything, I'll play like I'm a Looney Tune, so you guys leave me alone. But yeah, man, that's just something for you guys to pay attention to. The world is changing. Be prepared for it. It's okay. It's a little bit scary. Just always remember, as you get older, this is what your parents went through. Now that your parents are old, if you still have your parents, rest in peace to the people, and condolences to the people who don't have their parents. But yeah, this is how our parents felt as society changed. Because remember, you know, our parents lived in a time where there was no social media, so they still remember that. I remember coming up, shout out to Papa Black, that's my dad, right? My dad sheltered me from the world, so my dad kept me off of Facebook. Like, guys, I have a Facebook. I got my Facebook when I actually turned 18, right? Okay, so let's just
But what the hell, boy?
put that on the floor, right? Instagram, all that. So like, even Facebook, y'all know, like, to this day, bro, I still have no idea how to use Facebook, bro. I'm still, like, I have to actually sit there and go watch a YouTube course on how to use Facebook. I don't know how to properly use Facebook. I don't know how to understand the groups and everything. Like, I can read it and kind of play around with it, but I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't know what to post there. You know, I don't know what the climate is over there. Even Instagram, I'm not too fond of Instagram. I just post my stuff there that I'm doing. But other than that, yeah, I mean, I know how to use it, but only because I studied how to use it. I actually didn't grow up like on there like everybody else. I wasn't allowed to be on there because my dad was like, the internet is forever and you don't know what you're going to be posting. So yeah, there you go. See, look, and what I said about the federal government, y'all remember 2020? Here's an example of a meme. It says it's 2020 and you just posted it's a scam. Don't get vaxxed. Yeah. It's Batman. Who remembers? Who remembers? And they all coming for you. Yep. And they was gonna arrest you. That's how it was back in the day, if you don't remember. I remember, bro. I can't believe we lived through that. Oh, shoot. All right. Couple more things, then we'll get into the main event. Like I said, I gotta gear you guys up. We'll start with, like I said, former Turkey leg co-owner was indicted on federal charges in connection to a 2020 fire explosion. Right here, children in 1966 were asked to make predictions on what the future looked like. These were the children of America back in the day. Now look at the children now. Just look on social media. Go to X, shout out to Twitter. Go to X, if you will, and go look at all these kids fighting and acting like barbarians. Here we go.
People will be regarded more as statistics than as actual people.
Yep.
I don't think it's going to be so nice. I think sort of all machines everywhere. Everyone doing everything for you. You know, you'll get all bored, and I don't think it'll be so nice.
I ain't bored.
I think it's going to be very boring. And everything will be the same. I mean, people will be the same, and things will be the same. First of all, those computers are taking over now. Computers and automation.
Yeah.
And in the year
Now look, this is in 1966, and I tell you guys, and it's crazy because people try to act like I'm tripping because I say, hey, in the future, AI and robots are going to dominate the world. And you heard it here first on the Blac Pill podcast. Yes, sir. Y'all better join up. Join up the resistance. Join up on the core, bro, because doomsday is coming. But not to scare you, just saying. But yeah, I find it so weird that when I tell people that AI will dominate society the same way social media will dominate society, ninjas look at me and get mad at me for saying it. I'm looking at them ninjas like,
But what the hell, boy?
like, do you not see that coming? Like, do you not see that everybody does everything on social media now, and we use social media to show who we are? Once AI dominates, how are we gonna make money? If they were to take over all jobs, how are we gonna make money? Boom. Y'all ever seen that movie The Matrix? Did you ever see that movie The Matrix? That's what's gonna happen. We gotta make money in the virtual world. Hence cryptocurrency. Oh shit. But like I said, I'm not here to scare nobody, and today's not Skeptical Sundays. So let's continue.
2000, there just won't be enough jobs to go around, and the only jobs there will be for people with high HQ, high IQ, who can work computers and such things, and other people are just not going to have jobs. They're just...
Look, another story. I know I always tell you about when I'm in LA Fitness. I was talking to this dude and he tells me he does coding, and he's like, AI is changing the whole landscape. I'm like, how? Kick it to me. We sitting in the sauna. So I'm like, all right, so what's up? He's like, oh, so he's like, I'm working on coding here. I can go to the AI over here on the other side of the computer, imagine multiple screens, and I'll tell the AI, hey, I need you to do this code. And while I'm working over here, AI is coding for me at the same time, 10 times faster than I'm coding. And I'm sitting there like, ninja. I'm like, ninja, we are cooked. I'm like, we are cooked. We are cooked. But I mean, there's nothing you can do. Just keep making money until it comes, and then they determine whether or not we're going to have UBI. And I'm thinking maybe 5 years from now, so don't stress. But yeah, bro, the clock is ticking. Here we go.
Aren't going to be jobs for them to have. It'll be people will be regarded more as statistics than as actual people.
Yes, sir.
I don't think it's going to be so nice. I think.
All right, that's pretty much it. I'm not here to scare you guys. That was 1966. These people are in the dirt. Excuse my French. Not even in the dirt. These people have dissipated, bro. They have dissipated. They don't even exist no more. Their bones are done for. But besides the point. All right, so Shannon Sharpe, real quick. We'll discuss Shannon Sharpe as we gear up towards the next things, which is the main event. But Shannon Sharpe has defended his lucrative settlement offer. And like I told you guys, when I brought up the money example, who remembers the money example? I brought up the money example multiple times, right? And I said what it came down to is, if I can pay you $10 million to keep quiet, even though I don't want to lose that money, it's better to pay you $10 million than to end up paying you $50 million and everybody knows my business. Now, ninjas was saying that I'm defending Shannon Sharpe and all this stuff, and I'm just like, bro, is this not common sense?
But what the hell?
Like, and then that's how I know. That's how I know. I mean, I'm balling on a budget too, but that's how I know you ninjas ain't never really had no money, and you ninjas never had no people trying to take your money for real, because you would protect your money if you understood what I was talking about. So boom, Shannon Sharpe defends his lucrative settlement offer, wanted to keep his intimate details private because he doesn't want people in his business. And that's every person of money. I advise you, don't put people in your business. That's why you guys know me. You know Black Adam. All you know is I go to the gym. I mean, my life is not too much, right? Let me just put that out there. It is what it is. I go to the gym, I go home, and I work all day. That's it, right? I'm a workaholic. I work all day. But in the future, and I tell you guys, adapt the same mindset. Ladies too. Ladies, are you listening? Ladies, are you in here? Is this thing on?
Hello.
Ladies, you too. If you become a person of influence or get some money, adopt the mindset of don't put people in your business. And women are already better at doing this than men. Men, people don't need to know how successful you are. Let your work speak for itself, because if you let people know what kind of money you got in your pockets, bro, they will try and take your money. And this is what's going on with Shannon Sharpe right now. And I discussed this multiple times, so y'all can go watch the other streams. I can't really discuss it now, but long story short, he let people know what he was rocking with, and he had to be more mindful, and it's okay, people make mistakes, but that's a couple $1 million mistake. Now, we ain't never had, shout out to everybody, I ain't never had that kind of money in my bank. I would like to see that kind of money in my bank, and I'm thinking I'll get there in the future. When I get there, like I said, if applicable, I'm literally gonna try and pay people to not put what I make in the tabloids. But I don't know if I'm gonna be that big of an influence. Even if I am, like I said, I'm gonna be on 10 with everybody. Like everybody. People probably won't even be able to get too close to me. It's already been a lonely world at this point. I'm kind of used to it now. But let's see what the comments say. His career is over. I would too, especially after hearing those fetishes. 54-year-old man dating a 19-year-old isn't a good luck consensual. What? What this person talking about? 56-year-old with a 19/20-year-old would never sit right. Guys, always remember, she was participating in this as well. Like, we can't always put the blame on the man. And that's where I get annoyed. It's like, I'm not defending Shannon Sharp. You know, because they always ask you, how would you feel if that was your daughter? Guess what, my ninja? I ain't got no kids, okay? I ain't got no kids. So when y'all say that, I'm looking at y'all like, I would be a little edgy though, because what's the name? I mean, I have Melody, right? Melody's a girl dog. Whenever boy dogs approach Melody, I do get a little bit territorial. I don't know if that's weird or what.
What are you doing?
But no, for real though, I'll be like, yo, it makes me uncomfortable when any dog approaches my stuff. But at the same time, this woman is an OnlyFans model. So the question becomes, is it okay when she's selling herself on OnlyFans because she's making the money, but because this ninja didn't want to give her $25,000 a cheek, now he's the bad guy? Was she not engaging in this too? Why is nobody saying anything to her? And then people will turn around and say, oh, that's just the world we live in. You know, it's just an unfair, what do they call it? What is it called? It's an unfair, not an advantage. It's not a stereotype, but we're gonna say it's the unfair stereotype. Men and women aren't equal and all this stuff. It's like, bro, if that's the case, then all the girls that are 19 and 20 stop dealing with older men, but they're not gonna listen. And then we'll have girls right now tell me I can't tell a woman what to do. So that's why I sit there like, so if a ninja got money, you can't be mad at what that ninja do. And at the same time, if you're mad at him, you got to be mad at the woman too. Nobody has checked her for what she did. They're all looking at her as a victim, even though she was getting paid to be a victim. That's insane to me, bro. That's insane to me. Getting paid to be a victim? Damn. That's crazy. And yeah, like I said, I've also discussed how I feel like there's something to be said about the downfall of prominent black men in the black community. I think it's systematically by design, because best trust and believe. And gentlemen, I'm gonna keep telling you this. When it comes to men of other communities, this goes on in other communities as well. They don't shine a light on it though. So they protect the men in their community. And I'm not saying protect an abuser or whatever. No, we see all victims. We see all abusers. Like I said, Blac Pill, smoke, mirrors, and truth. Take the Blac Pill and see for yourself. What I'm saying is all other communities protect their men, and then the men protect their women. When it comes to the black community, we don't protect the men. We don't protect the women. Every man for himself. And black people aren't monolithic in their thinking. And that's okay. I just call a spade a spade. Don't get mad at me because I'm calling a spade a spade. At the end of the day, unfortunately, I got to play the game too. So I got to protect myself out here in these streets. I don't speak for all men. I'm just speaking, not necessarily for myself. I'm just speaking in general. I'm making a commentary. I'm doing the dissonance, if you will, or the dissent, if you will. So yeah, I don't speak for all men. I've been told that by people that look like me, saying, sir, you don't speak for me and all this dodo shit. And I'm just like, well, I mean, I never wanted to speak for you. I'm just putting it out there. It's something to be said about that. So like I said, every time I see these situations, I'm like, where are the white people? Why are we not talking about the white people? And there have been white people that have had that issue. And I'm not making this a black or white thing. I'm saying, like, where are the Mexican people that have been doing this? They protect the people in their community. Where's the Epstein list? You feel me? Where's the Epstein list? They were supposed to come out. You see what I'm saying? It's shit like that. So that's where I sit there and be like, and the only reason why sometimes shit come out, like what's the ninja name? Harvey Weinstein, because it was so egregious that it had to come out, and they didn't want to protect that ninja anymore. And I guess he was excommunicated or whatever the case may have you. But black people, like I said, y'all wait to see somebody that look like me or one of us. When we get to that level, y'all wait to watch for our downfall, and then everybody pointing a finger and trying to shed the light on them. So I mean, hey, it is what it is, man. So I mean, I stand correct in my statements earlier. Shannon Sharp defends his lucrative settlement offer because he wanted to keep his intimate details private. Like I said, the money example, go back and look at the money example. It's easier to give you a piece of this, 10% of this, than to give you half. If I gave you half, I would not make as much money as I wanted to. Now, if I gave you 10% to settle, it'd be easier. At the same time, you're not going to settle for that 10% because you'll end up making more than the money I wanted to settle for, which is why you're going through it. And that's why I say it's a cold game out in these streets. And that's why I'm cold on the bitch. Shout out to the women. Shout out to the women.
Hello.
I'm cold on these bitches. Okay? I love them though, but until you show me, and like I said, I'm very cold. Let's just leave it there. All right. So last thing before we get into the main event, which is Shedeur, DraftKings. I don't know the validity of this, but it's on DraftKings. So supposedly There's a $2.77 billion settlement to reshape the NIL and college sports. So congratulations to them. Congratulations to them. Shout out to the young generation. While a decision has yet to be made, the United States District Judge Claudia Wilkin has acknowledged the need for a timely decision given a July 1st, 2025 deadline. Let me see. Let me break this down to you guys. Hold on. I got to make it bigger so I can read it. I ain't got my glasses on. But $2.77 billion in retroactive payments to as many as 390,000 current and former student athletes who played from 2016 to 2024. Damn, so that's a while back. I actually was in college at 2016. I wasn't playing though. They tried to have me on the practice squad with the girls. Shout out to the women. But I got homies that played, and that's good. They're trying to get back the money, so that's good. I can respect it. Before they were able to profit from the NIL, expected to only go to athletes in revenue generating sports, 75% football, 15% MBB, 5% WBB, 5% all others. And what that means is men's basketball and women's basketball, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know.
But what the hell, boy?
I ain't know at first neither, so it's all good. And all others will go to 5%. There's going to be a $20.5 million salary cap. So it creates a new structure where Division I schools will directly pay their athletes up to 22% of media/ticket/sponsorship revenue, up to an expected $20.5 million annual cap. Hey man, shout out to the young generation, bro. And I mean, it's going to be the fall. It's going to kind of mess everything up. But the reason why I'm okay with it is because it sucks for the kid who's good enough to play in the NBA that doesn't make it because he doesn't have the right connections. But let's say he balled out in college, right? So this gives that kid a chance to still be able to change his family's life, his family's socioeconomic status. So shout out to them. Their socioeconomic status, where they're at on the socioeconomic scale. So that's a good thing. These payments will be in addition to athletic scholarships and NIL deals. Damn. Shit. That's some money, bro. That's some money. Unlimited scholarships. It ends scholarship limits, meaning colleges can offer unlimited number of full and partial scholarships to athletes. This would, however, come with new roster size limits. The NIL deal regulation outside NIL deals of more than $600 must be vetted by a third-party clearinghouse. The NIL deals must meet fair market value. However, it's unclear how that can actually be determined. They'll create a little fake-ass system. Y'all know what it is, bro. Just understand, when they do this, somebody's getting paid too, and that's why they're doing this. Hold on. Yeah, so they said the sports we love is now finished. We're looking at the comments. They said this is going to be a disaster. The Grambling coach has a much better idea. Who determines fair market value? Like I said, they're going to create a fake system like they always do, because everything that happens, guys, nothing unreal exists. So everything that we create comes from an idea of something. So they're going to make their own little system, and based off of the system, somebody's going to get paid and get over on the rest of them, and they're going to get their money, but somebody's going to be making more money. Should the teams that finished ranked 5 to 12 every season before the 12 team CFB just claim a bunch of playoff appearances too? Man, you ninjas always crying. Ninja, shut up and dribble. What that lady said, shut up and dribble. All right, stop crying. Ninjas always got something to say, always crying because you ain't getting no money. Go get you some money, man. Shout out to everybody getting money. Damn. I'm just trolling. All right, guys, let's get to the main event. Like I said, shout out to everybody in here, man. If you're enjoying the show, please hit the like button. Let's do the main event. One second. Here we go. Yes, sir. All right. I like my little videos. It means more than you know, man. Like I said, man, if you like this, man, donations down there. $1 goes a long way, my ninja. If you don't want to donate, hit that like button. If you don't like what I'm saying, hit the dislike button. If you hit the dislike button, please comment, why did you hit the dislike button? Because I need to know, because I'm trying to get better, because I don't do this for me. Do I get paid, ninja? Do I get paid, Ninja? Ninja, I don't even get paid, so the least you could do is hit that button. Because if you don't, guess what's going to happen to Black Adam? I'm going to be cooked. All right, chat. I'm going to be cooked. Let's hear it one more time. I'm going to be cooked. All right. Shout out to everybody. Let's see what we got in the poll so far. So we have 50% of people are saying Shedeur is being blackballed, and 50% of people say he's not being blackballed. Shout out to all of you. I want to know, why do you believe so? Like, why do you think he's not being blackballed? And then why do you think he's being blackballed? And let's discuss. Let me see what we're going to pull up. Let's go to Instagram. We got a lot to discuss here. Not too much, though. Excuse me. Let's see. So first, we're going to start with, let me see. We're going to start right here. So at first, Shedeur Sanders was not selected in the second round of the 2025 NBA draft. What? Yes. Sad situation, but an expected situation. Based off of what everybody's saying, it's an expected situation. Hold on, let me scroll down. This is everything for tomorrow. We have, first off, a couple things. We have Shedeur right here saying God doesn't make mistakes. Shout out to the Most High. He says, I have faith in God no matter what. Here we go.
What's going on with y'all? What's up with y'all, man? We're here. We're in good spirits, of course. God don't make mistakes.
Shout out to G.O.D. Shout out to G.O.D., man.
Faith in God no matter what. Whatever it is. Whatever it is, bro. We're not worried about nothing. What's going on with y'all? What's up with y'all?
Shout out to Stephen A. Smith. We have Stephen A. Smith saying this is a damn disgrace. He said, how in the hell is Shedeur not off the board, not drafted yet? What the hell? Hold on, I can't see it. Y'all still think this doesn't have anything to do with teams hating on Deion Sanders? This kid is a first rounder. He is a first rounder. In a different way, this is Kaepernick all over again being kept out. A damn disgrace. I don't care what anyone says. So to the people who say that he's not being blackballed, tell us why. And shout out to this comment right here, because this is what I think is the issue. I think he was too confident for them. RG3 said it best. He said he didn't need to be humbled. His confidence shouldn't offend your insecurities. And like I said, the reason why this sits so heavily with me, bro, y'all don't know, bro. I used to push the bar. I was hated by a lot of people I came up with. And they'll never say it, but I know it now because we don't talk to each other at all. We don't rock with each other. And it's not just because I'm doing the things that I do. These people never liked me because my parents forced me to, I wouldn't say forced. My parents pushed me to be great, okay? I wouldn't say forced. They pushed me. So I was only allowed A's and B's. I get in trouble if I had C's. I graduated, like top 10% in high school, top 5% in college, or top 5% in high school, whatever. I got the diploma's distinction. I got the superintendent's diploma of distinction, right? No bullshit. College, I graduated with honors. I was in the honors college. I had all these things. I had all these accolades, right? And people didn't like me for it. So people used to bully me when I was in college. People used to bully me when I was in high school. They lucky I ain't do it to them. The only reason why I ain't do it to them was out of respect for my family. Because my family's like, you can't act like that, because if people have the power to move you with their words, you're weak-minded. So I will hold back. Now I'm gonna let it fly though. I'm gonna let it fly. But like I said, it is what it is. I don't rock with them people no more. But it's like I said, I was confident in myself. Shout out to my cousins. My cousins would call me confident, cocky. No, they would say I'm cocky, arrogant, and conceited because I believed in myself, and I believed in myself more than people believed in me. And they didn't like that. They'd say, oh, you're cocky. So I used to say, yeah, I look good. Oh man, I'm so strong, this and that. They would get offended by it. And it's like, bro, I'm sitting there looking like,
but what the hell, boy?
Why are you defended by me being proud of myself? Like, am I not supposed to be proud of myself? Am I supposed to be ashamed of myself? And that's where I distance myself from ninjas, because that's weird behavior. That's very weird behavior. Let's see.
Yo, I'm on my way home to go shoot an emergency podcast.
And for those of you who don't know, this is Robert Griffin III. Here we go.
That's because Shedeur Sanders should not have fallen out of the first 3 rounds of the NFL draft. And there's a lot of people out there who are saying that, he needed to be humbled.
And tell us what y'all think in the comments. And like I said, if you think a ninja need to be humbled, that's good. That's weird energy to me, bro. Now, if you can explain, I don't know this ninja, right? I don't know Shedeur. So I don't know. I don't be watching football like that. But to the people that be really watching football like that, watching the new kids and all that, college football, whatever the case may have you, tell us why you think he didn't deserve to be drafted in one of these rounds, and now he may potentially become a backup quarterback. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's how it goes, right? Tell me why you think he shouldn't have been drafted. I thought he was good. I thought he was the best quarterback, and I thought so, not based off of watching. That's what they say. So I don't entirely know, but here we go.
Shedeur Sanders didn't need to be humble. He's already humble. His confidence should not shake you or make you uncomfortable. It didn't make you uncomfortable when Joe Burrow was confident. It didn't make you uncomfortable when Baker Mayfield was confident.
Facts.
It doesn't make you uncomfortable when another quarterback whose last name isn't Sanders walks around and feels that they can be a franchise quarterback because their tape says they can.
Hey, man, shout out to RG3. And look, the best way I can say it, right, for those of you who don't know, I make music. So the best way I can say it, right, as a rapper, as a musical artist, you're never supposed to tell yourself that there's a rapper better than me, or else you're not really trying to rap for real. There is no rapper better than me. Right now, even though I'm not putting out music, I think I'm the best artist alive. I think I'm the best rapper alive. Shout out to the people I pay homage to. You know what I'm saying? Lil Wayne, J. Cole, Drake. Shout out to all of them. Shout out to all of them. But to sit there and deny my work like I don't put in work is insane. I have songs, y'all don't understand. I got songs in the vault that I don't put out just because I ain't want to put them out. Them songs is stupid fire. No bullshit, not tooting my own horn. Y'all can go listen to my old music. That's just to show y'all. Listen to my old music. That's an example. Chose to stop now just to understand the game better. Or not stop, but reorganize myself and attack it from a different angle. But yeah, I'm saying that to say you're never supposed to think anybody's better than you. You're supposed to be confident in yourself, and let this be a learning lesson to everybody. You know, I said this earlier at the beginning of the show. Shout out to Big U. You know, he was indicted on a RICO charge, but he made a good point. Nobody's bigger than the program. You can't be bigger than the program. But at the same time, you may have to change the way you show your confidence. You know, sometimes ninjas is small. You know, ninjas is small on the inside of their head. They feel small, so they feel like you being big makes them small. That has nothing to do with you, but you got to kind of, find a way to demonstrate your confidence, because ninjas get their panties in the wad now. Men act like the new women. It's some weird shit, bro. It's some weird shit, bro. I don't know why. Ninjas get their panties in the wad now. Ninjas too emotional, too soft. Like I said, my parents never raised me to be soft. So that's why when I see that shit, I'll be like,
but what the hell, bro?
I'll be like, man, ninja, you is cooked, bro. I'm like, yeah, you cooked. I don't say it though. I keep it to myself, but I already know our relationship's not going to go very far, because if you get moved by the way I am, it's like me personally, I don't have time to hate on nobody. So if you get moved by the way I am, that means you ain't doing something right in your life. That's weird. Here we go.
Shedeur Sanders' talent, his tape, and his pedigree is what gets some guys opportunities in the NFL that maybe they haven't earned. He earned this opportunity. And it's absolutely ridiculous that he's fallen out of the first.
Hey, he's falling out of the rounds. Patrick Mahomes said crazy. Skip Bayless said what is happening to Shedeur Sanders is the most stunning and disgusting development in NFL draft history. He should have gone first overall. Mel Kiper ranked him 5th above Cam Ward at 6th. Excuse me. Yeah, bro. I mean,
it's not like,
look, based off of what we see, they're trying to make a statement, guys. I don't know if you believe in that. Me personally, based off of what I've seen, they're making a statement. I don't know if it's because they got beef with his dad or whatever, but they're trying to make a statement. And the statement is, if you're not willing to let us control you, you're not going to play. And that's what it comes down to, of course. You know, it's a chain of command. I've told you guys, the way the game is set up, it's like a pyramid scheme. And that's the game of life. And I'm giving free game, guys. I could charge for this. So the game of life is set up like a pyramid scheme. So there's a chain of command. So based off of the chain of command determines how things work. So you're not bigger than the program. The pyramid is the game. You're not bigger than the pyramid. It don't matter how good you are. Look, even Michael Jordan wasn't bigger than the pyramid. Kobe Bryant wasn't bigger than the pyramid. They did what they did within their own rights, but They still listen to their coaches. They have multiple coaches trying to help them be better and all these things. And I think what it comes down to is they think that Shedeur's confidence or cockiness, as they want to say, is going to stop him from being a great player and being able to work with a team. Like I said, I don't know the ninja, so y'all back me up in the comments. Here we go.
Like it's out of the realm of possibility.
This has been a collective effort. Media.
And shout out to Michael Mitchell. You see, I have the multi-chat on. So I can't see your chats. We got Michael Mitchell. We got to stop the show for Michael Mitchell being hateful. Ninjas wonder why I'm prejudiced. Alien energy. Ninjas wonder why I'm prejudiced. I'm gonna read what he said because, you know, YouTube blocked it. He said it's not blackballing. It's called not wanting the ghetto Negro culture in their complex. Shout out to Michael Mitchell. He said, and for Shannon Sharp, he is a pedo and a nasty pedo doing booty of a white woman that's really a kid. So shut the F up. Michael Mitchell, guess what, Michael Mitchell? You can't tell me what to do. If you feel some kind of way about it, Michael Mitchell, guess what? You should go. You see how I invested in all this stuff? Invest in all this stuff and make your own show and go spew your hatred. Guess what, Michael Mitchell? I'm not one of these ninjas that's going to pander to you, make you feel comfortable, Michael Mitchell, but I appreciate you for putting your comments out there because on the Blac Pill, you're able to say what you want. Past that, I'll tell you this, like we say in the hood, you can go kick rocks with no shoes on because we don't care how you feel. Stop crying about it. Go get you some money. You mad because you ain't got no money. You mad because you can't do what Shannon Sharp can do. Don't be mad. Don't get your panties in the wad. This is exactly what I'm saying, where men get their panties in the wad about what other men do. Ninja, mind your business and go get you some money. Okay? You heard it here first on the Blac Pill. Mind your business and go get you some money. You're sitting here talking about the Negro culture. If it's not your culture, yet again, mind your business and go get you some money. And gentlemen, like I said, shout out to the brothers that look like me. This is why I say we need to protect our culture and stop shedding a light on our community. Because we have ninjas out here that think they can speak on our community and tell us what to do. Now, if I had turned around and said some stuff about Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein and all this, ninjas would be sitting there trying to defend it. Ninja mad because Shannon Sharp had a 19-year-old woman that chose to be with him. It's like they make it seem like this ninja punched her in the face and tied her up and took her into a room and said, this is what you're going to do. She chose to be with him because she wanted to make money. Go cry to her about it. Guess what? She still got her OnlyFans. That ain't got nothing to do with me. What are we talking about, bro? Weak ass men, bro. I cannot stand weak ass. Look, some of you men act like bitches, bro. You sound like a bitch, bro. You crying about this shit like a bitch. Even a girl, she's trying to go get some money off this ninja. You sitting here crying like a bitch. I'm telling you, you guys are weak, bro. I cannot stand weak ass bitches, bro. Listen, hey, and we gonna stamp this right here. Let's stamp this right here. If you're a weak man, stay off my page, bro. I don't like that weak ass shit, bro. That same energy that you have on the internet, just like me, you see me here. First off, I'm a square. Let's just put that out there. I'm a square. But that weak ass bullshit, bro. Keep that weak shit away from me. There's a reason why I don't rock with many ninjas. Cause that weak shit, that soft ass shit, you ninjas sitting here crying about women while women running circles around y'all, getting money off of all of y'all. I don't condone to that weak shit. That weak shit literally irritates me, bro. It irritates me. I cannot stand that weak ass shit. Keep that weak ass shit off my page, bro. You don't like the shit, bro. Block me. Dislike the shit. Dislike. Please don't watch me no more. Don't watch me no more. Can I just stamp that? Bro, hold on. I gotta hit this shit. Don't watch me no more. I don't like weak men watching my page. You're entitled to an opinion, but when you get to crying and you trying to talk shit about ninjas without ninjas being able to defend themselves, that's cool and all, but keep that weak shit off my page, bro. I'm not one of these ninjas. Y'all see me playing like this. I'm doing this shit for social media because I'm playing the social media game. You don't know me in real life, bro. Please don't get crazy on my page, bro. That's why YouTube blocked you, because YouTube knew what it was, bro. But that weak ass bullshit, because your parents raised you to have to wear panties and all that because you ain't got no nuts. Keep that shit away from me, bro. Keep that shit off my page, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. You talking about Shannon Sharp is a pedo doing stuff in the booty of a white woman like she didn't allow him to. Ninja, shut the hell up, bro. What are y'all ninjas talking about, bro? The woman is selling herself on OnlyFans. You talking about... I mean, like I said, talking about 19-year-old as a kid. Ninja, at 16 years old, I was making money. I had a job and I was in college. What the fuck are y'all talking about, bro? I cannot stand that weak ass shit, bro. Ninja, I was 16 years old with a job and I was in college taking 18 credits. What the hell are you talking about, bro? That's why I'm saying y'all give these women a pass, and that's why these women run circles around you, bro. That's why this girl who sells herself on OnlyFans, right? who sells herself on OnlyFans. That's why she about to make a couple M's, because it's weak men like you that have allowed too much women to have too much power. That's why they make more money than us now, and you ninjas don't even know about it, because you sit here crying about what they can and can't do. Meanwhile, there are adults doing what they can and can't do. So stay off my page, bro. Talking about the Negro culture. Stay off my page, bro. Respectfully. Let me make sure. We're gonna make sure to block you after. I don't like, hey, look, if you a bitch, bro, I'm talking to the men. Shout out to the women. If you a bitch, bro, this some real game, bro. If you a bitch, we had to stop the show for this bitch. If you a bitch, stay off my page, bro. Stay off my page. It irritates me when bitches come and talk, bro. Please, I cannot stand a bitch. A bitch is a ninja who gonna sit there and cry, and not get to no money. If you a bitch, stay off my page. Respectfully, please, and thank you. Anyways, back to the show. That's why YouTube blocked it, because they knew I was finna go off on your stupid ass talking about this and that. Ninja, you crying, go get you some money. Let me guess, you got all this money from your family and all this shit. We don't come from the same struggles. I came from nothing. That's why we don't think the same. We don't think the same. You sitting here talking about ghetto culture, bitch, because everything was given to you. Everything was given to you. And like I said, guys, let the record show, I'm not agitated. I'm more so animated. Because I can't stand when people talk like they did something, bro. You ain't do nothing. You sitting here crying. You watching me, bro. You watching me. You ain't do shit with your life. Shut up. Damn. Anyways, back to the show before ninjas think I'm crazy. Like I was saying, bro, let's see what these people have to say. Ninjas, bro, weak ass men. That's why women don't like y'all no more, bro. Women are stronger than men now. That's why women don't like y'all ninjas no more. Y'all niggas be sitting here crying like bitches, bro. Shit weird, bro. Here we go.
GMs,
damn. Bitches.
Simple fact, they allowed.
So is it because his last name Sanders? That's what you're saying?
There's no other reason. There's no other reason. Just turn the film on.
I want my quarterback confident, because if he doesn't have that, he can't play. I don't care what his skill set is. You got to have confidence. You got to.
And let me also say this, like I said, apologies to my supporters. I'm not apologizing to that ninja. If you a bitch, stay off my page, period, point blank. That's just the game. Past that, like I said, everybody's entitled to an opinion, but when you become hateful, I'm going to show you yourself. I'm going to take the metaphorical mirror and point it back at you so you can see how idiotic you sound. You can see how asinine you sound. You can see how stupid you sound, okay? You sound stupid. Please, if you sound stupid, if you got something ignorant to say, stay off my page, because at the end of the day, this is my comedic banter. So if I choose to be ignorant, it's different. Don't be ignorant on no bullshit, bro. Shout out to my white brothers and sisters. You know I love you. You know I love you. I can't stand hate, bro. I dislike hate. Like I said, I used to get bullied. So when people sit there, try and police my mouth or act weird or start getting crazy, bro, you not a bitch, bro. You not a woman, bro. You not a woman. Don't talk like a woman, bro. Please don't do that shit, bro. Here we go. Let us know what y'all think, bro.
Look, in pro sports, you have to believe you the baddest mofo out here.
Damn.
And I'm here for a reason.
Shout out to Shannon Sharp. He said it perfectly. In pro sports, and I'm saying, gentlemen, to the men that are not weak, gentlemen, this is not red pill content. This is real shit. The black pill is smoke, mirrors, truth. Take the black pill and see for yourself. Gentlemen, if you want to succeed in life, right? If you want to succeed in life, you have to think you are the best mother effer out here no matter what you do, bro. No matter what you do. You are not going to go far. If you sitting there trying to play the sideline, play the bench game, all this shit, you might make it, but you're not going to go far. Now, it's different strokes for different folks. Me, like I said, I was raised to push the bar. I was raised to push the bar because, like I said, with that example with this ninja that said whatever he said, right? My parents were aware of the society that we live in. I came from a household where I was raised by my mother and by my dad and my stepmother. My stepmother was white, like her color skin was white. My dad is my color. So my parents put me on the game. I didn't understand how deep it was until I seen it. That's why my parents pushed me hard to push the bar, because they have certain things set up. It's designed in a certain way, and this to all men. I'm not talking about one color. I'm saying all men. It's set up in a way to where if you're not willing to show I'm down to do this, this is something I love to do, this is my passion, more than that, I'm willing to do what's necessary to compete at a high level, ninja's not gonna hire you, bro. Ninjas is not gonna hire you. So you gotta be willing to put in that work and feel like you the best person out there and walk like that every day, bro. Free game. Here we go.
It's not like it's out of the realm of possibility.
This has been a collective effort. Media, GMs, owners, for the simple fact they allowed.
So is it because his last name Sanders? That's what you're saying?
There's no other reason. There's no other reason. Turn.
Ninja's talking about ghetto culture, man. They gonna clip everything I said for the last 20 minutes. They're gonna be like Black Adam ranting. Here we go. Let's continue. Shout out to Des Bryant. He said, don't forget these teams are making business decisions. Shedeur Sanders. So whenever you do get drafted and prove who you are, no discounts. Facts. This is business at the end of the day. It don't matter where you come from. Look, let me give y'all real game. I done stayed in the hood, right? I don't work for hood ninjas. I'm talking about ninjas that been out the pen, right? I work for this one ninja, and I'm giving you guys this as an example because I come from the hood, but I speak properly. You know, I don't have to speak in Ebonics, and that's a choice that I make every day. You know, I can wear my pants on my waist. I don't sag because I have no homo. I got a big booty. I got a big booty, so I'm not sagging. So, you know, I dress a certain kind of way. And I remember I used to work for this ninja. I'm not going to say his name, but, you know, I used to work for him. I used to work for his moving business. And then, you know, I started working. I left after a while. I worked for his moving business. It was good money. I ain't like to lift too much shit. So I said, you know what, I'll switch up. So fast forward like a couple years later, I started doing financial planning, right? And then I reached back out to him. So, you know, we had a business conversation. We discussed his finances and stuff because he wanted to invest in some stuff. This a hood ninja that's been, you know, in and out the penitentiary. This is a hood ninja, right? Big dude. So, you know, and I'm saying this to prove that it doesn't matter where you come from. This shit is business. Color doesn't matter. Whatever you feel like doesn't matter. What matters at the end of the day is money. If you ain't heard that, I'm telling y'all now, it don't matter what you think. It's not about what's right and wrong, especially in the case of America and all over the world as I sit there and think about it. What matters is this money. What matters is this money. The money matters because at the end of the day, you got to put food on your table to eat. So yeah, I did the finances for this ninja, and this a ninja in and out the penitentiary multiple times. You know, he couldn't work for nobody, so he told me he started his own business. That ninja, when I did the finances for him, he was projected to make off of a business, right? Off of his business that's been open a couple years, he was projected to make $1 million. No bullshit. No bullshit. If I'm lying, I'm flying. No bullshit. And of course, he sat down with me because he wasn't taught the things that we were taught, and most people aren't really taught this, how to actually take the money and do something with it, right? Because he didn't come from that. So he's like, you know, you seem like you're somewhat of an intellectual. He asked me what he can do. You know, I'm telling him about investments and all this stuff. So, you know, he's like, okay, I got this money. What do I do with it? Because some people are just designed a certain way. So there are people who are designed to make money. There are people who are designed to keep money. There are people who are designed to protect money. You just got to figure out who you are in this society. It don't matter where you come from. Like I said, we accept everybody on here. You know what the Blac Pill stands for? Well, really, Black Adam. Black Adam stands for completely. Beethoven loved all colors, achieved things out of mind. That's what Black Adam stands for. So look, the model behind Black Adam, and now when I break down the Adam effect is the achieve things out of mind effect. So when you put everything together, what it comes down to is it doesn't matter where you come from. All you have is potential to become somebody great. This ninja, nobody would know I'm talking about. This dude looks scary, bro. Nobody will approach this dude. I'm telling you, big dude, 6'5", tatted down, muscly. He be smoking weed every day. Nobody would approach this ninja. This ninja sitting there making $1 million off his business, and he just don't know what to do with the money. So he just stacking it. It's like that out here, bro. Shout out to ER. ER said Shedeur already broke his first NFL record, longest draft watch party. And yeah, that's where I get into the you know, that's where I get into maybe it's for the story. I think it's for the story, but that's just me though, because I don't know anymore after he didn't get drafted again last night. But I think it's for the story because it makes for a good story if he came back against all odds. But it's weird now because I think he's gonna be a backup quarterback. That's very I don't think that's a good thing. I don't think that's a good thing. But I mean, I'm not an NFL expert. Y'all gotta tell me. So far in the chat, we got 80% of people think that the NFL is blackballing Shedeur, and 20% of people saying no. And shout out to Stephen A. Smith. When Stephen A. Smith said the whole thing about Colin Kaepernick, I don't know why Colin Kaepernick is still practicing, but when Stephen A. Smith said it's the same thing about Colin Kaepernick, what everybody has to realize is we can all make statements, guys. You can make statements, but when you make statements at the expense. You make statements at the expense of pissing people off. I know because, for example, if y'all scroll back 20 minutes, when I turned up on this ninja, I know now any other, it could be a ninja, a winja, shout out to my white brothers and sisters. It could be a white boy, white man, whatever, who probably got money, maybe wanted to invest in me, might be low-key a little bit prejudiced or whatever. Because I turned up on that dude like that, I lost that business with that potential white man. Do I care though? I don't actually care. But I'm saying you got to be willing to make these statements at the expense of losing everything. And the reason why nobody's bigger than the program, like I keep telling you guys, is because nobody can be bigger than the program because you got to put food on the table. So see, I can act like this right now because I work for myself and then I got people helping to fund me. Shout out to all my supporters, right? That's the only reason why. That is the only reason why I can do what I do. And even then, I can't do it too far, because if I do it too far, nobody's going to want to work with me. And that's the same thing I'm trying to say with Shedeur. You got to kind of find a balance to it, because if people don't like you, it's better to have people like you at first and then dislike you. I don't know. Sometimes it just depends. Sometimes it's better to have people dislike you first and then like you. But sometimes it's better to have people like you first than dislike you. And I'm saying specifically with sports. And the reason why is because when people like you with sports, it gets you in the door. When they dislike you, it's usually because once you got through the door, you upped the bar, you raised it. So now you raise the bar, people are going to dislike you because now you got haters because you've been pushing. Examples of that could be the whole, LeBron James versus Michael Jordan kind of thing, different eras kind of thing. Who's better right now? Who's the best in the NBA? Jordan is Steph Curry part of the conversation because, Steph Curry now might potentially get 5 rings, all these things, right? So that's what it comes down to. But yeah, it's like I said, bro, when y'all try and make a statement, bro, you have to be aware of the statement you're making, because nobody's bigger than the program. And at the end of the day, you got to put food on the table. Now imagine if you got a family, you got to feed your family, ninja. So always be mindful, guys. Always be mindful. Let's see. Shout out to Sean Payton. Sean Payton said, there'll be this chip on his shoulder, and beware because Shedeur is going to play in this league. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think we all are surprised.
And here's the video, by the way, of what he said. Here we go.
And yet, the talent, holy cow. I think you would, if you're a team that needs a quarterback, and we kind of know at the start of the draft who those teams are, but you're getting, now again, I saw him when he was in junior high, and then I saw him when he was in high school, and then I saw him when he was a sophomore in high school come practice on their way to Florida. And so I've had a chance, and I've known Dion, and I felt like I grew up watching him play, and he's gonna, like, there'll be this chip on his shoulder, and beware, because this guy's going to play in this league. And I think we all are.
So one thing I wanted to discuss as well was he got a prank call from a person pretending to be from the NFL team. Like I said, I don't know what to believe, but you ninjas is weirdos. That's why I'm saying you ninjas act like bitches now, bro. Hey, men, shout out to the men. Men, are you listening? Men, are you listening? Huddle up. If you got dudes in your circle that act like bitches, bro, I don't mean to cuss, but that ninja pissed me off earlier talking about shut the fuck up. It's like, bro, don't talk to me like that, bro. You would not have the same energy in person, bro. You think you would, bro. Trust me, when push come to shove, you is not gonna step. That don't mean I'm a step. I'm a square. On the internet, I'm a square, okay? That don't mean I'm a step. I'm just saying, bro, please don't act like you would have that energy with me in person. A lot of ninjas try and hide and hate and throw hate behind their social media and all this shit. We already know, the social media platforms allow it, but that shit don't make me, oh my God, I feel bad about myself. Oh my God, I want to cry. That doesn't do that to me, bro. It irritates me, bro, because it makes me think you're a soft ass bitch, bro. You wouldn't put your money where your mouth is. I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is. We're not cut from the same string. But yeah, like I said, if you men have bitches in your circle, bro, and I'm talking about other men that are weak, my advice to you is cut them ninjas off like yesterday, bro. Cut them ninjas off yesterday. They're not making you a better man. And I'm saying that because if this is true, we don't know if it's true because you know how social media is. It's all about perspective. But if this ninja really had somebody prank call him from somebody pretending to be from the NFL team. How do you ninjas have the time to do that but not get no money, bro? Wow. That shit is crazy to me, bro. How?
What the hell, boy?
How? Shout out to Hollywood Unlocked. We're going to play the footage. Here we go. How?
Trey.
Hold on. Here we go.
Hold up.
Yeah, how are you, man? Good. Been waiting on you. Ready to go. No, for sure. Why don't you get up and stand right here? Yeah. This shit doesn't there. Ready to go. What is that?
I don't know why it's tweaking out like that. Hold on. I don't know why it's tweaking out like that. Hold on.
What? What do you say? I don't know. How you gonna ask us what it means and you was on the phone? You heard that? So you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so basically the ninjas say you're gonna have to wait a little longer. Now, I don't know if this was orchestrated on purpose. I'm a skeptic. I'm skeptical. So I'm always of the opinion that I don't believe everything that I see. I feel like the world we live in is only the world that we live in. And I'm saying this, I'm very philosophical. I studied philosophy when I was in college. I was supposed to be a lawyer. But like I said, I'm very philosophical in the sense that I believe that what we see is an illusion. What we see is what we want to see. And the reason why we want to see it is because it's what our brain is projecting to us. And that's why I tell you guys, you can control your reality. So when I see things, I always beg the question. So I don't know if this is true, but if this is true, how do you have the time to sit there and waste your time to find this ninja number and go call this ninja and try and crack jokes like that shit is funny? You ninjas are mad because ninjas is getting money and you not getting money. Now you sitting there crying about it. And that's why I be annoyed, because like I said, I ain't come from much. So when I see ninjas crying about other men getting money and then want to fuck with people getting money, bro, that shit is really irritating to me, bro. Here we go.
Nah, nobody has his number though. I said nobody has his phone number.
Yeah, so I don't know what to believe. All I know is that's crazy. That's weird. Can you guys please stop being weird? I'm telling you, you kids, bro. Weirdo behavior. Let me see. I had something else I wanted to show you. 1 second. Here we go. I don't know who this gentleman is, but his name is Chase Daniels. If y'all know who he is, Chase Daniel. He used to play. Here we go.
All right, the Shedeur Sanders situation is sort of crazy right now. Never did I think he'd be the 5th, 6th, 7th quarterback taken out of this draft. It's wild, but he is in backup territory right now, and that is the most interesting thing to me. I was a backup for 14 years. This is something I can speak on. When a team is signing or drafting a backup quarterback, the number one thing that a backup quarterback needs to do is he needs to help the starter in any way possible. Can Shedeur do that? Is Shedeur willing to do that? These are the questions that teams need to ask. The other thing is Shedeur's going to want to start. He should want to start, okay? But with that comes a media storm around you. What team is willing to take on that media storm? They better have a starter who is entrenched and knows that he is a starter, is a confident starter. That's one thing. And the second thing for a backup quarterback, you have to be ready to play on any given day. You never know when the starter's going to get hurt. You are out there in practice. You're not developing, okay? Some teams have a developmental plan, but as a backup quarterback, you're running the scout team. So you're running the other team's offense. You're not even getting to practice your own offense. Sure, in training camp you can, OTAs you can.
And you guys see the issues. These are the issues that arise, and that's why I say you got to have that long-term vision. And this is what I mean when I said the whole thing about statements. And shout out to this comment right here. We discussed it before. Should Bronny play in the NBA? You guys got to go find that stream. Look to the Blac Pill podcast. But shout out to this comment. This comment says, I'm sorry, LeBron. I see why you forced Bronny in the NBA. The top dogs play dirty, so it's only right. That's facts. Ninjas wonder why. Oh, why is Bronny playing? Bronny should go D1. He's not that good. That's why. Because if you don't get that spot, if you don't make sure you secure that spot, they will give that spot to somebody else. So yeah, even with Shedeur, I don't know what happened, but towards, I don't want to call it brown nosing because I'm not the type of ninja to do that, right? If you know what I mean when I say brown nosing, I mean kissing ass. So you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm not really the type of ninja to tell you got to kind of brown nose when you're almost there. But unfortunately, the reality of the situation is this is the world we live in. It's such a sick, twisted world. I hate shit like that. But yeah, you got to kind of, I wouldn't say brown nose, but you got to kind of make your face look somewhat, you know, make yourself look somewhat like have a nice appearance, bro. You got to have a nice appearance. And I don't mean like how you look. I mean like how you're presenting yourself to these coaches. Because like they said, these ninjas coming out the NIL, they getting money. And we're going to play a old video that we played yesterday describing this. Hold on.
These are all the things that teams are going to be thinking about on Saturday in the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th round. It's going to be wild. All right, the Shedeur Sanders situation is sort of crazy.
All right, there you go. Like I said, y'all let us know what y'all think. So far, we got, let me see. We got 86% of the people are saying that the NFL is blackballing him, with 14% saying no. To the people that are saying yes, tell us why you think that he's being blackballed. Let me go pull up this video. I forgot what I looked up, though, but I think he'll be there. And I don't know who this dude is. I've seen his face before. He discusses sports. You guys can let us know. Shout out to him. Let me see. Interact. Let me see. Shedeur News. Let me see. I gotta pull up the video. 1 second, y'all. A second. Blah blah blah. It was yesterday. What Shedeur Sanders had to say after going undrafted for the first 3 rounds. This is not it. Hold on, let me see. Shedeur Sanders. It was a video where the dude was discussing it. Well, we'll just go to ESPN and see what they got to say. Hold on, let me see. 1 second, y'all. I gotta load and shit. All right, here we go. Oh, you know they gotta hit us with an ad.
Weeds down to the root without killing your.
We're gonna let the ad go by, but yeah, man, like I say, y'all let us know what y'all think. We about to pull up ESPN and we're gonna see what they have to say. I want to put up the video where the dude was discussing everything that happened and how the NFL is changing now because players are making millions of dollars before coming into the NFL. So it's changing the whole scope of the game. All right, here we go.
This stuff works.
Joined now on the program by Field Yates. Field, you and I visited after round 1, and Shedeur Sanders had not been selected yet. I did not envision any scenario where I'd be visiting with you here on Friday night after rounds 2 and 3, with that still being the same situation and him being available come Saturday morning. That is where we are. What theories are there among the folks you talk to as to why that is the case?
Yeah, Scott, I am stunned. I thought last night when I mentioned the possibility of Shedeur Sanders maybe not being drafted in the 2nd round, that even perhaps I would look silly a day later and he would hear his name called within the first 5 or 6 selections tonight. So let's talk about how the quarterbacks are evaluated during this pre-draft process. Because I'll tell you this, on the field, Shedeur Sanders is a day 1 or day 2 selection. He was the only quarterback in the entire FBS last season who, when he was not under pressure, completed at least 80% of his passes.
Did y'all hear that? The only quarterback. The only quarterback. Shout out to Shedeur.
This is a 4-year starter who took 2 separate programs to unprecedented heights. Extremely.
2 separate programs. Two separate programs. Here we go.
Experience, throws with great touch and accuracy, helped elevate the profile of other wide receivers beyond just Travis Hunter. It only leads me to believe that teams maybe are less comfortable with some of the stuff that comes into the intangibles department for Shedeur Sanders. And frankly, I'm not sure that's justified. Scott, I understand that Deion Sanders, and there's a lot of attention being paid to him being the son of one of the most notable athletes that we have seen in the history of professional sports. But frankly, I'm stunned. I don't have a good explanation for why Shedeur Sanders has not heard his name called. I had him as the 16th rated player on my board. I haven't been doing this nearly as long as Mel Kiper, but I can't imagine there have been too many instances where the 16th rated player on a big board is still available on day 3 or going into day 3. I am truly perplexed by why this situation has gotten to the point that.
And shout out to those reporters. Like I said, bro, it's multiple things. I'm gonna pull up that other video. Y'all gotta see the other video because it was a good breakdown. 1 second. But yeah, it's multiple things, man. It makes for a good story, guys. Always remember, like, even everything that's going on with Shannon Sharp, all this, you guys do understand all these things only make for a good story. It makes for a good press story. That's why it is the way it is. Unfortunately, it's reality of the situation. And there was another, oh man, I didn't bring it out. I'll bring it up on TikTok. It was a video I wanted to show you guys. I'm gonna show you guys this video. Basically, Shedeur is gonna be the fall guy, or the guy that they use as an example to say, you know, you might have made this money when you was in college, whatever, or whatever the case may have you. And not him, I'm saying just so everybody can see. But because we're NFL owners, you either respect the game and respect how we step in this game, or else you're gonna pay a penalty. I'm gonna show you guys a video. I forgot to send it to myself so I can play it here. Let me pull up TikTok. One second. TikTok. Where is TikTok? TikTok. Adam effect tag, blah, blah, blah. Let me see. I can't see it. Hold on. Twitch, blah, blah, blah. I gotta find it. I moved it. Let me see. I don't know where I moved it to. There it is. I don't know how I ended up moving it here. But yeah, here we go. I'm gonna show you guys a video. If I can find a dude, I gotta see his face. I kind of have eidetic memory, if you know what that is. So I just have really good recall. So I gotta see his face. Let me see. Here it is right here. Yeah, I have really good recall. This is it right here.
I think that this is the NFL starting to take a stand with all the changes that we are seeing in the climate of college football. These kids, they have a lot of power, and especially a kid like Shedeur, whose father happens to be Deion Primetime Sanders. Kids hold all of the control and all the power when it comes to college football.
Facts, especially now with this money shit. Money is power, people. Money is power. So now when you get money, it changes the whole scope of things because you can move a little different. Now you got a little money. Even on that campus, bro. On campus, you a ball player, you getting money on campus, bro. You the top ninja on that campus. Unless you're like a doctor or something, or like a teacher or whatever. You're the top ninja on that campus. So them girls is looking at you, boy. Here we go.
Whenever that starts to transcend and work its way and leak and creep into the NFL, that's when the owners are going to put their foot down. That's when the league is going to put its foot down and say enough is enough. And I think this is the perfect example of it. And unfortunately, it does have to be Shedeur. We can sit here and talk about how great he is as a quarterback, how accurate he is, how he stands in the pocket and delivers the football under pressure. He does a lot of things well. But at the end of the day, this is not about Shedeur's play. This is about the fact that he is the most polarizing, the brightest example of what college football is becoming. And he is going to suffer because of it. He is suffering because of it, because the NFL is looking at him like he's our prime suspect of somebody we can make an example out of and send a message. And that is exactly what the NFL is doing. And I think that this is the NFL.
That was a great breakdown. So like Stephen A. Smith said on Twitter when he said, or on X, when he said the whole thing with how it's like Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick was the perfect person to make an example out of because he tried to be the example. And that's why I tell you guys, you can stand for something or else you'll fall for anything. But be mindful what you stand for always, because there's going to be some kind of expense that will be paid, whether on your side, whether on the other side. Shout out to Keith Ingram. Keith Ingram said this is because of Deion Sanders. He put Santos, my ninja, but I know you're talking about Sanders. He said they are not drafting the Colorado's Buffalo's players. Travis Hunter's exception. Travis Hunter's the exception. Not one will be drafted this year. Shout out to Keith. Keith, bro. Keith. You typed too fast, bro. You was typing too fast, bro. Keep trying to jam me up. He said this is because of Deion Sanders. They are not drafting any of the Colorado Buffalo's players. Travis Hunter will be the exception. Other than that, no one else will be drafted this year. Hey, this ninja might be right, bro. He might be onto something, bro. He might be onto something. The question is it because of the culture? You know, that ninja that was talking earlier, if you was watching the show, try to turn up on me talking about nobody wants that Negro culture complex in their complex, whatever he said. Is it because the culture that surrounds Deion Sanders and his kids? Because I don't think it's a bad culture. But I do remember there was a video too. There was a video that said every single NFL player that won, or every single quarterback that won a ring, their parents were married or something like that. So I don't entirely know. But Shout out to Shedeur. Here's what he said right here.
If you ain't trying to change the franchise or the culture, don't give me. So you should know history repeats itself over and over and over. And
Look, in those statements alone, this ninja sound like he got some common sense. Why y'all think y'all see me do this? Why y'all think y'all see me do this? If you're not trying to change the culture, get away from me. Because me, I'm trying to change the world. I don't care about, oh, I'm this color and that, or I look like this, so I probably talk about, I don't give a fuck about none of that bullshit. I don't care. Because I don't allow people to box me in. I hope you guys can also share the same sentiment. Ladies, you too. Don't allow people to box you in, because if you don't show the world who you are, the world's gonna tell you who you're supposed to be. Like I said, you gotta be mindful, and it's a certain way to do things. So I ain't gonna lie, back in the day, I used to be on 10. I was trying to fit into that box of being a gang banging ninja. Mind you, I'm smart and I'm articulate. I'm thinking because these are things I seen coming up, and that's what I gravitated to because it looked cool, right? I'm thinking that's what I had to be. You don't have to be what people want you to be. You can be who you want to be, but you got to be willing to put the work behind it so people can see who you are. Let's run that back. Here we go.
if you ain't trying to change the franchise or the culture, don't give me. So you should know history repeats itself over and over and over. And I've done it over and over and over. So it should be no question why an NFL franchise should pick me. You think I'm worried about what critics say or what people got to say? You know who my dad is?
Look, and you could hear his dad talking, bro. You could hear his dad talking. That's his dad's son. Yes, sir. That's his dad's son. Yes, sir. That's his dad's son. You could hear his dad talking because his dad the same way, and that's why they paying him what they paying him to coach that team. Shout out to Shedeur Sanders, Coach Prime, because that's the mindset. That's the mindset. Let me tell y'all something, bro. I remember this one ninja. I go to the gym a lot. You guys know I be in the gym, so I'm always say my gym stories. So his name Christian. I remember I met Christian, a Latino brother, Mexicano. Shout out to my Latino brothers, right? So, you know, Christian short. I'm like 6'1". I'm not that tall. I'm 6'1". I'm 260, right? Back then, I probably was like 230, 240. I was still hooping. I'm not hooping like that. Fucking fly. I'm not hooping like that no more. So, boom. This one I'm still hooping. So, I remember Christian and shout out to B from Ohio. He said they hate to see a successful, strong black man in any field. Facts. Let me tell this story, guys. So we hooping and stuff. So Christian playing ass, right? Christian's trash. I could see like he's insecure. And I always tell people, I got the mindset. I got the vision. You can't stop this vision because this vision was put into me, right? So, you know, I talked to Christian. I said, yo, let me pull you to the side. After one game, we lost the game. I'm like, what's up, bro? Like, what's going on? Like, I see like, you know, you kind of uncomfortable. And, you know, he said whatever he said to me. I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was just along the lines of, you know, I'm kind of short. You know, people kind of be playing rough and all this shit. And I told him, I said, let me tell you something. I said, bro, you see when I walk on this court, you see how I be playing? This when I was balling. He like, yeah, I see how you playing. I'm like, all right, cool. So what you got to understand is, bro, when you walk on this court, bro, I don't care what nobody say. I don't care how many shots you miss. You the best motherfucking player on this court. Yes, sir. I said that to him, right? We having a quiet conversation. I said, when you shoot that ball, all you need to think about is I'm the best player on this court. I'm smiling, bro, because you should have seen the growth from there. This ninja start crossing people up, start balling on people, bro. I couldn't believe it, bro. I couldn't believe it, dog. I couldn't believe it. And it made me happy because I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, sometimes we're our own enemies and we're in our own heads. But yeah, he's his dad's son. So Ninjas is mad because he thinks he's the best player and he's good. And that's why he was able to do the things he did in some of them games back in college. Here we go.
I hated on him too. So it's like, it's almost normal. Without people hating, it's not normal for us. So we like diversity.
And let me address this too. Shout out to B from Ohio. B from Ohio said they hate to see a successful, strong black man in any field. Ninja, y'all see, look, this why I stopped giving a fuck. Shout out to everybody that look like me, and shout out to the people who don't look like me. I'm specifically talking to people that look like me. So a lot of black people, the way our musculoskeletal structure is, not all of us, but a good portion of us, we built big. Like, we're just built big. So, like, I'm big bodied. Like I said, my cousin's like 6'5", 300 pounds. I told y'all I'm 6'1", 260. You wouldn't see it, though. Like, I have muscle. So you wouldn't really see it like that. Like, people tell me, oh, why you trying to lose weight and stuff? I'm like, bro, I don't really feel healthy and shit. But yes, there's something to be said about that. So if you're a man that stands true as a man, especially in today's society, and shout out to the alphabet boys and girls, LGBTQIA+, whatever you believe in, right? Me personally, I don't give a fuck what you believe in, so long as you're a cool person and you don't be acting weird. Hey, bro, believe in what you want, bro. I don't care. So long as it don't affect me, so long as it doesn't affect kids negatively, I don't care, right? So I've had to go through my own strifes, like going through, because like I said, I've always believed in myself to where the world tried to beat me down to make me not believe in myself. I had to go through my own strifes at multiple jobs. That's why I started working for myself, because they didn't like that I was so confident in myself. They like, why you so happy? Why you so confident? Because my parents never taught me to be hateful about myself. My parents never told me to feel bad about myself. So because I was taught like that, I moved through this world like I'm happy being me. Like, for example, it's ninjas out here that want to be white. Shout out to my white brothers and sisters. I just can't fathom that, bro. I can't fathom that. The reason why I can't fathom that is because it's impossible. Unless I started bleaching my skin, it's not gonna happen. So as much as people used to bully me for being black, all this shit, whatever the case may have you, I just can't fathom myself being white. I like what looks like me, and I feel like everybody else has the same sentiment. So white people like white people because they look like them. Like Mexican people like Mexican people. Latino. I like black because black looks like me, and I find myself attractive. I think I'm sexy. You feel me? So because of that, people be in their feelings about it. It's a lot of people that be in their feelings about it. And it's like, bro, that's not my fault. So when it comes to being a black man, that's why I tell all the black men and men in general, in today's society, you're gonna get to a point. I told a couple of the men that I know in my life, right? You're gonna get to a point where you're just gonna be like, fuck it, because there's so much expectations of you, and at the same time, nobody give a fuck about your feelings. So that's why I'm cold. You can see, I don't know if you can see it in my eyes. I'm cold, bro. I'm cold. I still care, but I only care about people who deserve to be cared about. I'm cold because nobody cared about my emotions when I was coming up. Nobody cared about how I feel. All they did was pop shit, talk shit, hate on me. So because of that, nobody could tell me nothing. I got bulletproof. I'm not going to say bulletproof confidence. I get low too. I'm not perfect. I get low too every now and then. Sometimes I just be feeling like, man, what the fuck? But it's just because I want to make the things I want to make happen, and I feel like I don't have enough time. But like I said, gentlemen, if you look like me, bro, do what you want to do so long as you ain't hurting nobody. Do what you want to do and do what you believe in, because at the end of the day, no matter what you do, people going to talk shit. Let me show y'all an example. Shout out to that dude earlier, right? That's an example. Y'all can't see it because YouTube blocked the chat, but I seen the chat. I'm going to give you an example. Watch this. Watch this. Let me pull up my Instagram. I'm gonna show you my Instagram right now, and y'all can follow me if y'all want. But look, watch this. I have right now, I'm gonna show you guys. I have 300 followers. Watch this. I go to my Instagram. I can make comments. You know, I make comments like a regular person because I'm on social media just like everybody else. Look, hey, look, watch this. Look. This is a white boy, supposedly. I think it was a girl, but if it's a white boy, I'm telling you, ninjas is bitches, bro. And I'm not talking about white boy. I'm saying men in general. You guys got to stop acting like bitches, bro. That shit not attracted to nobody. I'm not saying I'm attracted to men or anything. Whoa. I'm saying like no woman. I'm saying no woman finds that shit attractive when y'all act like bitches, bro. So this ninja proceeded to text me on my personal stuff. You really think you look tough with that big ass belly and a chain faker than your personality? Ninja, I'm here to tell y'all. I say everything that you see is practically fake, minus me. I keep it real. This me in real life. That's why people like to be around me. That's why people watch me. It's just the way I am. Look. It's just the way I am. Don't be mad at me because I'm comfortable in my own skin and you don't like yourself. So look, like I said, no matter what you do, people are going to hate on you. You could fake it on social media. You could not fake it. You could be minding your business. You could do your own thing. Because you believe in yourself, people are going to be mad at you for believing in yourself. And that's why I said, fuck everybody. I'm by myself in this bitch like fuck all of you. Because I only want to be around people that support me and like what I'm doing. If you don't like me, that's fine. I don't like you either. But like I said, this is the proof right here in the pudding. You're out here talking about girls being average, but have you seen yourself? Try looking in the mirror with a little honesty. Let me look at myself. I like the way I look. Let me see. So because I'm keeping it real while everybody faking on social media, Ninja sitting there mad at me. Ninja, like I say, like we say back home, Go kick rocks with no shoes on. I don't give a fuck if you don't like what I say. You can't check my mouth because at the end of the day, you did not birth me. 1. 2, you don't put food on my table. I don't give a fuck what you got to say. And 3, guess what? If you don't like me, I'm not one of these ninjas out here. Why don't you like me? I don't like you either. That's the kind of person I am. That's how we rocking, bro. That's how we rocking, bro. If you don't like me, I don't like you either. I'm not one of them dudes. Can we kind of work it out? We don't got to work it out. You could be Jeff Bezos. Shout out to this Jeff Bezos. No disrespect to the ninja. Ninja, Jeff Bezos could not like me. Guess what? I don't give 2 fucks, bro. I'm not one of them dudes. And the reason why I'm like that is because I have to be like that. Now, shout out to Troy SR. Troy SR says he has to humble himself. Right. So look, I understand what you're saying, Troy. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, he may have to humble himself. I don't entirely know the whole situation, but I'm always of the opinion, why do we tell people to humble themselves if they're proud of being who they are? What's the problem? That's where I'm always confused. I'm like, are we not supposed to talk like we're big shit and then prove it? Like, doesn't that make us be better? Doesn't that make us compete harder? Doesn't it make us put our money where our mouth is? I understand what you're saying. He has to humble himself only in the sense that, you know, he's a youngin'. He ain't been through the game. He might not know everything. He doesn't know it's a different speed to the league. When you hop in the NFL, I get all that. But I'm like, bro, I'm proud to see, like, it makes me happy seeing somebody confident in himself. I'm not saying like a negative confidence. And what I mean by a negative confidence is, you know, you go play ball, you know, you go to the rec, you go to LA Fitness, you play ball, you know, ninjas like, oh, you can't guard me, bitch. You know, going crazy. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like, you know, I consider myself a good player. I'm good at what I do. I put in this work. Am I not allowed to be confident in myself and proud of myself? Do I have to walk through this world with my head down? That's a bit confusing for me. But I understand your sentiment. Don't get me wrong. I get your sentiment. Main thing that I'm telling you guys, gentlemen, no matter what you do, bro, people are going to dislike you. So do what you do anyways, because they're going to dislike you no matter what you do. Do what you do so long as you ain't hurting nobody, so long as you ain't doing nothing bad. Do what you got to do, man. You only got one life. And let's run that video back in full. Here we go.
We ain't trying to change the franchise or the coach that don't give me. So you should know history repeats itself over and over and over, and I've done it over and over and over, so it should be no question why an NFL franchise should pick me. You think I'm worried about what critics say or what people got to say? You know who my dad is?
Yes, sir.
Him too.
Yes,
so
sir.
It's almost normal. Without people hating, it's not normal for us.
Yeah.
So we like diversity. We like everything that comes with the name. That's why we are who we are.
Yes, sir.
Trying to change the franchise.
Yes, sir. And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I've been trying to tell y'all. When people dislike me, I mean, I don't give a fuck, but it more so irritates me that you think I'm supposed to care. Let me pull up my Instagram again, because I got to show y'all. Hold on. Let me pull up my Instagram again. I got to show y'all. I'm telling you, look, so you can see yourself. I only have 300 followers. These are people back home, just to show y'all how serious this is. These are all the people back home. Look at this. You guys understand that I only get likes from people I don't know. Mind you, I put out heat, and that's what I'm saying, where I'm used to it now. So when I pop off, when this shit pop off the way I'm going to make it pop off, all the people I know, I don't fuck with you. So look, this what I'm saying. Look, I'll put in the comments. Hold on. That's my music, but shout out to my haters. You don't like me, I don't like you. It's like we on the same frequency. Y'all run me up. Y'all keep me motivated. That's facts, bro. Look, no matter what you do, look, I'll put out heat. Look, these my own beats, bro. All these likes are people who don't know me. This is my own beat. I made this shit. And I'm supposed to feel bad about myself? I'm supposed to humble myself, right? Do I gotta humble myself? Come on, bro. Do y'all hear that? I made that. I'm supposed to humble myself. Come on, bro. This what I'm doing, bro. Come on. This what I'm doing. I'm supposed to humble myself. Shout out to B from Ohio. You said Shedeur to Cleveland. Did they just send him to Cleveland? Let me check. Hold up. They just sent him to Cleveland? Somebody said in the chat. Hold on. I got to pull up Google. They just sent him to Cleveland? Hold up. Browns, wow. Bro, what are y'all saying, bro? What's going on, bro?
What the hell, boy?
Let me pull up Google. What happened? Who got sent? What happened? Shedeur Sanders. to Cleveland. Oh shit. Oh shit. So what is he, a backup quarterback now? Oh shit. All right, shout out to Shedeur. Okay. The 166 overall pick, man. Damn.
Boy, what the hell, boy?
It's all good. Shout out to Cleveland. Shout out to Cleveland. Okay. And look how crazy AI is, by the way. Look at this. Shedeur Sanders was drafted by the Cleveland Browns in the 5th round. Just now, they just put it up. Just now, AI learned it. That's how dangerous AI is. But hey, we got Shedeur Sanders to the Cleveland Browns. It's gonna be, shout out to B from Ohio. It's gonna be the number 1 jersey. It's gonna be the number 1 jersey. You know why? Because he was disliked. It's like I said, it's between either you become liked when you come in and then disliked, or you become disliked when you come in and then liked. So now this ninja gonna try and prove himself. And if he proves himself, it's like I said, it makes for a better story. It makes for a better story. Shout out to Shedeur. Shout out to Shedeur. Fucking flies, man. Let me see if I can pull up the news. Damn. Let me see. I'm trying to see if we could pull it up on ESPN. Hold on. ESPN. Shedeur. Hey, shout out to him, bro. I'm happy for him, bro. Who said this? And I love to see a black man get paid. Oh, shout out to J. Cole. Yeah, man, I love to see a black man get paid. What we talking about, bro? What we talking about? It ain't even my money and I'm happy. Let me see. Blah, 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 blah. I guess they ain't put it up yet, but it just came out. They ain't talk about it yet. And look, it's like B from Ohio said, the number 1 jersey, watch it sell out. He said black people will assure it F the rest of the NFL teams. Yeah, facts. Cause look, even right now, the New York Times, it says Shedeur Sanders dominates NFL draft coverage, which means everybody wants to see this ninja. That's why I'm saying it makes for a great story. Because everybody want to see this ninja. This ninja, like, who's big? I don't want to say Tim Tebow, but we're going to say Tim Tebow.
What the hell, bro?
Like Tim Tebow. Shout out to Troy. Troy said, I'm watching the draft now. He went to the Browns. Okay. Okay. Shout out to that ninja, bro. Shout out to my ninjas everywhere. Y'all know what it is. I'm happy for them. Damn. Let me see draft. Let me see if I can pull it up. ESPN draft. I don't know if I can pull it up. They might try and stop the stream. Cleveland, all our team now. Shout out to B from Ohio. And it's funny too. B from Ohio is from Ohio. I believe Cleveland. Is Cleveland in Ohio? Or is Ohio in Cleveland? Cleveland's in Ohio, ain't it? Ain't it? Is Cleveland in Ohio? I'm pretty sure it is. I've been out to Ohio actually when I used to be a truck driver. Shout out to all the truck drivers. I've been to Ohio. And yeah, it's a cool place. Very chill. Yeah, man. Shout out to Kelson. Yeah, bro. I'm hearing it. Ain't that funny? Browns supporting the Browns. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sounds like a good day. It sounds like a good day. Hey, man. I want to pull it up. Damn. Yeah, you from Cincinnati? Shout out to Cincinnati. What up? What up? Shit, I want to pull it up, but I don't know how to pull it up. ESPN Shedeur. I think it's disgusting what Mel Kiper Jr. ESPN said blah blah. Browns trade up, pick QBs. Okay, in the 5th round. Hey, bro. All right, so let's see. So they said the Cleveland Browns traded up in the 5th round Saturday and selected quarterback Shedeur Sanders at number 144 overall, ending the Colorado Star NFL's draft freefall. Shout out to Randy Booker. Randy Booker said, I'm 30 minutes away from Cleveland. I'm at every game this year. Hey, shout out to you, my ninja. My ninja said, I just moved here to this sorry ass place. Damn, bro. Come on, bro. You got to check it out, fam. You got to check it out at first. Check it out, bro. Go from there. Check it out. You got to learn the area. You said that black dude that looked tight in the draft room. Damn, I ain't see it, y'all. You know I'm doing my show here. Fuck. I ain't see it. But shout out to him, bro. I'm happy for him, bro. Like I said, I love seeing niggas get paid. I love seeing people that look like me get paid. They getting some money. I need the money too. I'm trying to go, where the money at, Ninja? Where the money at? Okay? When y'all see this, bro, this is fake money, guys. The only reason why it looks real right now, I spilled my coffee on it. This is fake money. Shout out to Randy Booker. Randy Booker said this is for military purposes, bro. Hey, man, go get them benefits. Go get them benefits. Go get them benefits. You already know, bro. You already know what time it is, homie. Yeah, he had that military look. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. That black dude had looked tight in the draft room. I want to see it. Damn. I want to see it. I ain't got the TV on. I ain't finna turn the TV on. Damn. Let me see. Let's see. TikTok probably got it. You know TikTok. Let me see. We're going to pull up TikTok. I want to see how it looked when he got picked. How'd he look? Did he look happy? Was they excited? I'm going to pull up TikTok. Hold up. Let me see. Let's see. TikTok. Where we at? TikTok. Here we go. Let me pull it up. Oh, 1 second. All right, hit the wrong one. All right, interact. He said facts. He had that look. He probably the one who felt small. Let me see. Shedeur Sanders drafted. Damn, Ninja still ain't got it up. I guess this because it just happened. This just happened. Gets undrafted in the 4th round. Yeah, I mean, it just happened. It just happened. So you said they look scared. Damn. We ain't gonna see it, bro. We ain't gonna see it. Well, I can't see it. Damn. Hey, bro. Like I said, man, it is what it is, man. I mean, shout out to Shedeur, man. Y'all gotta give it up for him, bro. He's what everybody wants to see, bro. If he's really this good, let me pull up his highlights. If he's really this good, like everybody say, that's what we want to see. We want to see him grow. We know he's finna make money and all that. We just trying to see that. Let me see. Shedeur Sanders highlights. Let me see. Here we go.
Inside the 5 on 1st and goal. It's Sanders. End zone. Colorado scores for the first time. Where's he better? Courage. Where's he better, offense or defense? Between the white lines. Everywhere.
They told me bust out my earpiece. Perfect timing. Got them baguettes up on my neck and stay shining.
Man, I can't play this shit with the music, bro. They gonna try and demonetize the stream. Shout out to B from Ohio. B from Ohio said he was the best QB not named Cam Ward. Hey, man. Hey. That's how they do you in the game, bro. That's how they do you in the game. He looks straight, though. I can't even play this video because they got the sound fucked up. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see.
Coordinator's drawn it up and you know where you're going.
Yo, hey, shout out to the content creators. Content creators, y'all gotta stop putting the music, bro. You're not helping us. I understand, but chill, bro. Oh my God. All right, I'm gonna be the one commentating, cuz, bro. We can't even watch a video without some music. That's how you get copyrighted, bro. Then you get copyrighted in the stream, get demonetized and all this ish. Shout out to him. They said these the best plays that didn't count. I mean, yeah, I mean, look. Like I tell you guys, we're all entertainers, bro. So what it comes down to is this is the entertainment industry. So it's about it's about entertaining people. So he's gonna sell tickets, he's gonna sell jersey because ninjas are going to be entertained watching him play. That's the whole thing. And when I say ninjas, I don't mean just black people. I'm talking about all people. Shout out to B from Ohio. He said B from Ohio said he had too much sauce for them. His own music, his own money, his own film production. Deion's son pulled up. You said Deion and the son pulled up to the school in a Wraith. Well, there you go. And that's what people don't want to realize. That's what it always comes down to. They be mad when ninjas got money, bro. And that's why I be looking like, bro, like,
but what the hell, boy?
Who cares? It's like everybody got money. Everybody got to get money. Why are they mad because ninjas got money? If his dad got money, they got money. They got money. And if they doing what they do, it's a smart thing to do what you do. What's crazy, a lot of people don't realize, most people, not all people though, but most people accomplish things at a young age. People don't know that. All right, that's bars. That's game. That's game right there. So most people do all the shit they do at a young age. So even now, you guys are seeing all these things done. Shout out to B from Ohio. He said he has the Wraith. You're seeing all these things happen is because them ninjas got money, and them ninjas is just pushing the bar because they got the energy to push the bar right now. That's what it comes down to. So yeah, when you're young, you're gonna accomplish more than when you get older. When you get older, you start to slow down, and you can still accomplish things, but it won't be at the level of what you're doing when you're younger. And the main thing that it comes down to is society hasn't boxed you in yet. You haven't seen the traumas of the world. You're still fresh out here. If your parents sheltered you from the world, you're fresh. You don't know what really goes on, all the negatives and stuff. So you see the world from a positive light. And because of that, you do more positive stuff and you do more. That's why a lot of times when y'all see people accomplish stuff, they are usually younger than age. I'm saying accomplishing stuff just in general. And then the older people that have money after a while, yeah, they accomplish things too to give back. But the younger people are just pushing with that energy of being young. Shout out to the younger generation. I'm waiting on them to pull it up, bro. I don't know if they're going to pull it up. They're not going to post it. And then, somebody want to be the one to post it. Shout out to B from Ohio. B from Ohio said Dion makes more money than every NFL coach, so the hate is real. Facts. I be trying to tell people because they gotta realize, like, this ninja worked to get there, bro. This ninja worked to get there over years, and now he making that kind of money. Of course, they finna sit there mad, and that's why I say that's that soft ass shit, bro. What's it called? Soft baby shit, bro. I don't like that shit, man. That's that baby soft shit, bro. It's so weird. It's like, okay, because I'm getting this money, you mad at me because I'm getting this money. And that's why I say men are like women now. Men have turned into women. Men are mad at other men for getting money or getting more money than them. And it's like, ninja, everybody got their own life and everybody got the same 24 hours. We don't necessarily all have the same opportunities, but we practically all have the same opportunities. It's what you want to do based off of your God-given talents and what you have time to do. So that's really what it comes down to. But you can't get mad at me because I'm trying to get this money and I find a way to stack my money different in comparison to you. And it is facts, bro. It's just, I don't know. That's a weird thing about society. That's why, like I said, when I really start building up the core of my fan base and all this shit, bro, like, they not gonna know what type of money we rocking with, bro. They not gonna know, because I don't want people in my business talking about, oh, this how much you making, damn, all that, like, it's cool. I'm not one of them ninjas like, yeah, I'm making that money. I'm looking at you like,
but what the hell, boy?
I'm looking at you like, why does that matter? Why do you need to know? Why are you pocket watching? Why do you need to know? Why do you need to know what I'm effing with? It's so messed up. It's like, sometimes I'm like, bro, like, I don't even think I'm gonna have money. Ninjas won't even see me roll up in supercars, bro. I wouldn't even roll up in supercars unless I rented the car, bro, because I don't want ninjas in my business trying to look at me like I'm a target, or look at me like I'm, they gonna try and get the one up on me or try and get close to me because this how I'm moving. No. I want to live my life peacefully and not have to worry about you ninjas. I'm gonna stack this money though. I'm gonna be known. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna be known. People gonna know my name. But other than that, when it comes to my pockets, just know my pocket's deep. That's it. My pocket's deep. Leave me alone or else I'm suing you. That's how we move in 2025. That's how we move in 2025 moving forward, man. That's how we move in 2025 moving forward. What's today's date? April 26, 2025. That's how we moving forward from now on. Just know my pocket's deep. Leave me alone because I don't want to have to sue you. I got lawyers. That's how we moving. That sounds cool. Sounds cool. Facts. Shout out to B from Ohio. You don't want to be a walking lick. That's the whole thing. And that's why I kind of, it's not even about representation, but that's why I kind of try and I distance myself from people. I'm a loner kind of thing. I distance myself from people because people can't be trusted. People are very fickle now, if you will. And when I say fickle, I mean they're very untrustworthy, willing to flip on you at the drop of a dime or the drop of a hat, as they like to say, when they know you got some money. They try and do you in. They try and do you in because they mad you got the money. And it's like, you just happy you got the money. The money's not even gonna last. So yeah, you got to be mindful, man. Hey, bro, that's it for today's show, man. I might be back in here later. Man. Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all follow me on all my pages. What song we gonna close out with? We closing out with Adapt, bro. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. If you tuned in, you are the resistance and you are not alone. There are pockets of atoms spread throughout the planet. We're going against the function. The divisive tactics that they use to put us against each other will be exposed. We're not machines. We are human beings. Join the Atom Effect. Join the movement. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. Yes, sir. Much love, fam. Y'all fuck with me, bro. Follow me. Adam like a cheat, things is looking like it's out of mind. Like when I had my first baby, yeah, her name is Melody. Leave it on the ground, leave it in the leaf. I've been working hard, ain't been getting sleep, Coley. I could barely sleep, darky on the night, Coley Cole's a scary beast, so I barely speak. Life shit is so temporary, but it's necessary. All my shit is so extemporary. Niggas won't beef, damn that shit is so unnecessary. This Sigma shit is so hereditary. I just laid my granny in the cemetery. I'm black, bitch, I live every day like it's February. God gave me life clarity. Money over everything, even more than the air we breathe. Damn, it's all fake, even charity. No abiding by the rules, politic and had me fucked up. Cause it's all fake, even charity. I need clarity. Funk Uncle Sam, fuck the man who ruling on me. Told the government I'm out of school at 20. Now we celebrating black everything like they putting glue up on me. Yeah, I got a different attitude, I like altitude. Damn, who got the view up on me? Traffic talking on my celly. Traffic talking on my telly. Cause I ain't phony and I live in solitude, but I ain't never lonely. Yeah, adapt to the shit. Whooping all these niggas like I'm Batman and shit. Dash to the cash in the back with a brick. Passing the gas in the back of the whip. Excuse me, hold up, don't lose me. Fucking all these hoes like groupies. My life been a bitch, gon' do me. Add a little drink to the mix while I'm smoking on loose leaf. Chasing all these goals, man, my life been a movie. Blew 40 bands in the last few months, so well consume me. Yeah, I'm a vet, like shout out to a dog named Lucy. I've been singing all this shit since 18. A nigga had big dreams, go AT. Shout out to my auntie. Lately, I've been feeling like I need to get saved by the 18. Adam said the day go done, go evil, yeah. Shout out to my T.O. Shout out to a nigga named Rico, yeah. 10 case to the trio. Adam don't need no amigos, ayy. Yeah, running through the money and it's all for the prize of the greed. I'ma make a pact, man, I'm sticking to my creed. I'ma buy a coat and they all move for the feet. I can see these hoes, man, I'm blind like a geek. Looking in the mirror, it's like I already see. I'm reliving life, I don't really wanna die, cause I know the ground coming for the beat. I can go out bad, man, I'm challenging the past, it was calling me a freak. Now I got my foot up on the gas and it's green. Chasing all my goals to the team DG. This is not for show, this is bait to the toe, man, they better go vote when I run for the throne. I'm a pen black, I'm in love with my own.